Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am here again with another tutorial, that is text tool. There are two types of text, character text and paragraph text. Character text can be categorized like titles, headings, subheadings or slogans, whereas paragraph text refers to a type of text object that is created as a block of text within a defined area. But before I begin, please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get notifications of my channel updates. So let's get started. Let's open a browser and search for some content, say for example, global warming. Let's click on this link. Just see, as I told you earlier, this is a character text with less content, and these are paragraph text with many contents. You can check this headlines, which is a character text. Let's go back and check some other site as well. See here, this is a headline, that means character text, whereas these are called paragraph, which have more contents and are being separated by the gaps. Character, paragraph. All these questions that you can see here are character text. So in today's class, we will be focusing on character text. Go to the text tool, right click, and you see so many options. Type tool, area type tool, type on a path tool, vertical type tool, vertical area type tool, vertical type on a path tool, touch type tool. So let's focus on type tool, which is also known as a horizontal type tool. To type character text, just click on the artboard. You will see a dummy text. Don't click and drag to make a text frame. This is a paragraph text. To type a character text, just click on the artboard. You see a dummy text. Now let's type, say, Adobe Illustrator. Press enter to type in the next line. Say graphic design. Using selection, scale the text and don't forget to press shift while scaling. Let's change the font from here. Okay, this font. I want this Adobe Illustrator text to be bold and graphic designing text a bit thinner. Using text tool, select the word Adobe Illustrator. Click here to get the text styles. Select bold. Now select graphic design text and change the style to light to make it thin. I want to reduce the size of this text. Click here and reduce the values. Now I need to align the text. Select the text. By default, text is left aligned. Now I click here to center align. See, this text is center aligned to the text above. If I click on right align option, this text is aligned to the right of the above text. In this case, it's better to take center align. Now I need to change the color of this Adobe Illustrator text. Using text tool, select the text, go to the fill color and select any color you want. Now you can see two different colors in this frame. To further modify the text, let's go to the window menu, go to type and click on character. The keyboard shortcut is Ctrl T. You will see character panel pops up. In this panel, there are so many options to modify the text. Using this panel, you can change the font styles and the size. This is called leading. This will control the gap between the two lines. Click here and use the roller of the mouse to change the values. Notice, if you increase the value, the gaps increases. If you decrease the value, the gap decreases. This is tracking. It will increase or decrease the spacing between the alphabets. Again, click over here. Using the roller of the mouse, change the values. If you increase the value, the spacing increases. but this doesn't look good. Let's bring back to the default setting. Click here and set the value to 0. I want this second line text to fit from this point to this point without increasing the text size. Using text tool, select the text. Go to the character panel and increase the value of the tracking. Let's enter 500 point. Yes, that's it. Looks good. Let's keep this aside for time being. This is kerning. Let me show you how to use this option. Let's type a text. You will notice something weird with the text. And why is that so? If you check, the last changes is applied to the new text. So to avoid this, go to this option button and click on Reset Panel. This will convert all the settings to default. Now let's type test. Resize the font. Now let's change the font to some other font like this. You will notice that there is a serious issue with this font. Notice that the spacing between E, S, T is perfect, but the spacing between T and E is looking too odd. So to resolve this type of issues, using text tool, just click between T and E. So in the kerning option, select optical. You will notice that E automatically adjusts the gap. But if you are still not satisfied with it, you can go to the character panel and reduce the kerning values. See how perfectly the gap is maintained. Let's remove this for now. To further modify the text, this is called vertical scale and this horizontal scale. By default, it's 100%. Let's change this value to 150. You will notice that the text is being scaled vertically. And when I reduce the value to 50, it gets squeezed just like this. Let's bring back the value to 100. Now let's increase the horizontal scale to 200. See, the text looks so weird as it's been scaled horizontally. And if I change the value to 50%, it gets squeezed horizontally. As a result, the aspect ratio of the text also gets disturbed. Let's bring back the value to 100. This is called Set the Baseline Shift. I will get back to this option a bit later. This is rotation. Click here and select the angles. You will notice that all the alphabets rotates clockwise as well as anti-clockwise. You can also manually change the value and rotate. Now let's get back the angle to 0. If you want to rotate a particular alphabet, first you need to select the alphabet using text tool. Change the value. You will notice that only the selected alphabet rotates anti-clockwise. Now I select the letter R and I change the rotation value to negative. It will rotate in a clockwise manner. So the text layout looks something like this. Well, let's bring the value to 0. Next is all caps and small caps. Let's type one sentence. Say for example, today we are learning all about text tool. Scale the text. See, the sentence is typed in lowercase except for T for today, text and tool. Let's duplicate the text so that we can compare the changes. Select this second sentence and click on all caps. This will convert all the alphabets to uppercase. Now select the last sentence and click on small caps. This will convert all the alphabets to uppercase but in small size compared to this, except for the T which I already typed in uppercase. Let's remove this and go to the character panel. This is called superscript and this one subscript. These are very useful when you need to type formulas or to format the text. So how does it work? Let's type a common equation, that is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared equals to a plus b whole square. You'll notice that I'm typing in lowercase, but it is showing me uppercase. The problem is, small cap option is already selected, which I have used in the previous example. Click on it to remove the small cap. See, my text becomes normal. These twos are not looking like a square. It should look small and the placement should be on top. So what I do is, using text tool, select 2 and in the character panel, click on superscript option. Likewise, select the next 2 and apply the superscript effect. You now see the superscript is being applied to all the 2's, but what I want is that these square should be placed a bit upward. Select the square and in the character panel, go to baseline shift option and increase the value. I just say 10 point. Now select the next square and apply base shift value to 10 point. Now this looks like a perfect equation. Let's type our text again. I just click and notice that the highlighted area is bigger than my text size. So go to the character panel and you will see that the previous value has been applied to the current text. So undo the changes. Let's type first. Make it big. Now this S and T should be small and the placement should be on top. So what I do is, using pen tool, I select S and T. Go to the character panel, click on superscript option. Now the thing is, I want to push this S and T a bit up. In the panel, increase the value of the baseline shift. Yeah, this much. But the problem now is, there is a big gap between the numeric 1 and letter S. Just make the cursor blink between these alphabets. Go to the kerning option and select optical. Now change the value to negative. Notice the gaps between the alphabets are now same. Perfect. Next, subscript. Let's type a formula once again. Now see again, same problem. Undo the previous used changes. Or go to the option button and click on reset panel. Let's type a formula of a water, that is H2O. This time 2 should be small and need to be placed downwards. So what to do is to select numeric 2 and in the panel window, click on subscript option. Here you go. See, the formula of water is ready. Let's delete all these and try underline and strike through options. Let's try with this text. Select and click on underline icon. Here you go. An underline is created just below the text along with the text color. But if you want to assign a different color to this underline, it's not possible from this option. You need to remove underline option from the character panel and using line tool, create a horizontal line holding shift key for a perfect straight line. Apply color and also increase the stroke value as required. And place it just below this text. You can also apply stroke profile and create an interesting underline just like I did now. Let's click on the strike through option. You will notice the line is being created in the middle of the text. I think this option is not that important as of for now. I hope by now you all have an idea of using this character panel window. Now let's remove this. Now go to the text tool, right click and select type on a path tool. For now, I'm going to use pen tool. Let's make a shape like this. Once the path is done, select type on a path tool and bring the cursor right on top of the path and click. You will get to see dummy text flowing along the path. Let's type Adobe Illustrator and increase the size. You can also use Ctrl plus Shift and press comma or the full stop keys on your keyboard to increase or decrease the font size. You will also notice that the text is being typed just below the path. This is because of my previous changes I did to format the text. Undo the parameters. Now you will see the word Illustrator is missing. This is because of the text size. Let's reduce the size. Here you see now that all my text is visible in the flow of my path. This is called left margin guide. Just click and drag to move the text. This is called right margin guide. Click on it and drag. But don't drag too much that my text gets hidden. Just like this. You just need to drag the guide just beside my text. This is center margin guide. Click and drag to give the placement to the text on the path. Let's remove this and try to type text on the shape. Right now I'm creating a circle. Remove the fill color. Select type on a path tool and click on the circle right on top of the path like this, you will see a dummy text. Let's type. The text is upside down. Click on the selection tool. You will notice that the right and the left margin guides are seen next to each other. Take the cursor right above the right margin guide. Click and drag just beside the word S. Now position all the text guides till they are perfect. Now click on the center margin guide. Click and drag the text to the left and the smart guide will guide you regarding the alignment. Once you see a vertical pink line, release the mouse. Now change the font. See, the word bytes is missing. Click on the right margin guide and drag it to the right to reveal the text. Once it's been revealed, let's also reduce the text size. Drag the center guide to the left a bit for perfect alignment. Now I want to add another text right at the bottom of the shape like this. But remember, once you have already typed on the path, you cannot type another text and change the direction on the same path. For that, you need to duplicate this text and a path. And using type on a path tool, let's overwrite this and type tutorials. I want this text at the bottom of the shape. First click on the right margin guide and drag to place right beside the letter S. Once it's done, click on the center margin guide and drag it all the way down like this. But the text is now in a reverse direction. Now I need to push the text inside the shape. To do this, click and drag the center guide inside the shape. Once it's done, release the mouse. Now reveal the hidden text using right margin guide. Centralize the text by dragging the center guide if required. Now drag the shape and place exactly in the center like this. Notice that the text above is typed outside of the path. But the text below is being typed inside the path. To place the text outside the path, change the value of set the baseline shift. The value should be in negative. See how the text is being placed outside the path. You can now reduce the tracking value to adjust the gap between the letters. Using this technique, you can design logos, badges, and other related typographies. Now, I'll be showing you how to make a badge. Let's make a circle and apply fill color and remove the stroke. Go to Effect menu. Under Distorted Transform option, click Zigzag. This will create a unique design at the edge of the shape. In Zigzag panel window, you can increase the number of size and see the changes. For now, I keep 0.1 point. Increase the value of the ridges and the point to smooth. Again, adjust the ridges if required. Click OK. Select Ellipse tool. From this center, create a circle like this. Give it a fill. Now copy and paste it in front. Pressing Alt and Shift key, scale down the shape, just like this. Give it a white fill. Now I am going to type a text here in this part and the next text at the bottom like this. Now select and duplicate the circle. Apply stroke and remove the fill. This part is going to be my first text on top. I duplicate this again for my second text to be placed here. Select the shape. Using the type on a path tool, click right on top of the path. You will notice that the text is inside the path because my previous value is being assigned to the text. So I reset the panel. Now let's type. Take the cursor right above the right margin guide, click and drag just beside the letter S. Now click on the center margin guide, click and drag the text to the left and the smart guide will guide you regarding the alignment. Increase the font size, but again the text gets hidden. So using the right margin guide, adjust the margin and reveal the text. Drag the center guide to the left a bit for perfect alignment. Change the font and adjust accordingly. Drag this path and text exactly over the center of the badge design. I want the text to be placed in between this area, so go to the character panel and increase the value of Set the Baseline Shift just like this. Increase the font size and adjust the margin accordingly. Now select the next part to type the second text. Using Type on a Path tool, click on the path and type. You will notice that there is a gap between the path and the text. Select the text, change the value of the Set the Baseline Shift to 0. Now adjust the margin guides like this. Drag the center guide to the left a bit for perfect alignment and push it inside the path. Adjust the margin guides to reveal the text. Now drag this to the center of the badge. The text is being typed inside the path and I want it in the center out there. Decrease the value of the Set the Baseline Shift until you get this result. Using Selection tool, select both the text and apply white fill. Create a star shape here. Duplicate and place it here. Let's reduce the size and arrange accordingly like this. To give some extra touch to the badge design, I will create one more circle in the center like this and fill it with any color you want. Using Pen tool, let's make some design to fill the center portion of the badge. Here, my badge is ready using character text along the circular path. So this much for today's tutorial of character text. I'll be back again with paragraph text tutorial soon, so keep watching my other videos tutorial as well. Bye for now, and I'll be back with some interesting videos.